Hey everyone, welcome to our Team Aspire weekly Zoom meeting. Today is February 15th, 2016. Thank you for joining us either live or on the recording. So we have a couple of announcements. We had the biggest slim down contest start last Monday. That's going really well. So today is the day where you're supposed to send in your week 1 results. So if you are competing, make sure you send that in to your coach. And if you are coaching through it, make sure your contestants send that in to you. We also need the points for that. So coaches aren't responsible for tracking points. That'd be way too confusing and difficult, but they are supposed to be sending that in to you with their weight. So if they send you just the weight and they forget the points, make sure you write back and say, don't forget your points, I need your points too. And we have a link to the Google Doc and the Coaches of the Biggest Slim Down Contest Facebook group where you can add that. So make sure you add all those things in. We have our Love Your Body Challenge starting on Monday, the 22nd. I just opened that Facebook group, so if you would like to join that yourself or have someone to add, make sure that you request to join that group. The link is in the Team Aspire group. And we'd love to have everybody join that. You need a Beachbody workout and Shakeology or the Performance Line to join, and you as their coach too. So if you have any questions, send me a message. We are going to be adding people even past the start date. So this is kind of what we've been doing this year is, we're starting the 22nd, but if you have somebody who gets a challenge pack, wants to join a group, we don't want to say, hang on, we don't have a group starting for another 2 weeks. Just go ahead and plug them into the group that just started. That's no problem at all, so they don't have to wait till the next one. We also have our Emerald Dash going on. This is the 3rd week into it. We're just starting the 3rd week. So we're about halfway through. So don't forget that in order to qualify for the prize for the Emerald Dash, you just need to hit Success Club 5, and you need to sign up 2 coaches while hitting Success Club 5, and then you can get the prize. So don't forget about that. Then Success Club this month. We so far already have a lot of people on the board, so you guys are doing awesome. So Kagan has Success Club 2, Melissa has 4, Stacy has 2, Pete has 2 points, Katie has 2 points, my husband Jason has 4 points, and I've got 6. So way to go, you guys, you're doing amazing. A lot of us are on Teen Cup teams, so keep going. We definitely want to qualify for at least the Tier 1 prizes, right? If not Tier 3, that'd be awesome. And then I also wanted to announce the Coach of the Week. So this Coach of the Week I'm really excited about because it seems like somebody's kind of pushed the turbo button on her lately. She's gotten really much more motivated and inspired to do things as a coach. She's really participating in her Emerald Dash. She started making videos, which I know is totally out of her comfort zone. She's been sending out more invites, asking more questions. She just ran a 5-day free water and walking challenge all by herself, and just started her Love Your Body Challenge group, her own. And she just did a trade show, a table at a trade show. So she's kind of just all of a sudden really trying really hard, and so I've been really impressed with her. So congratulations, Judy Mark, for being Coach of the Week. Yay, congratulations. We'll announce that publicly tomorrow. But way to go, Judy. You're doing amazing, so keep it up. So today Judy did have a question I wanted to go over really quick before we get onto our topic. She couldn't be here tonight, but she was asking, what do you do when you give somebody the details about the Love Your Body Challenge, tell them that it's a paid challenge, and they stop answering you? So I kind of wanted to get you guys to chime in and say, okay, well, what do you tell people when they find out it's not a free group? What do you guys do, especially when they're not answering? Anybody have any tips to give Judy?
That's tricky. I feel like it depends on the person and what your conversations have been.
Yeah.
I agree, because I had one that stopped answering it, and it was because she had a seizure and went to the hospital. So
Well, that's a good excuse.
I was all freaking out because she hadn't talked to me, and then she messages me a week later and says, I'm so sorry, I've been in the hospital. So you just have to kind of assume the best and go on as if it didn't happen. And when they're ready, they'll come back.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't stalk them or anything, like keep bugging them, but maybe go back weekly and, say, hey, I just wanted to check back in with you.
I would do, if they haven't answered you, I would maybe message them every 2 or 3 days or so and just say, hey, just checking in to see what you think, if you're still interested. If still nothing in the next 2 or 3 days, I would probably say, hey, I'm not sure if you're getting my messages or not. And sometimes that will like make them feel bad and respond like, oh, sorry. You know, sometimes it doesn't, but and sometimes they might not be getting your messages. I don't know. I feel like some people don't even get my messages at all.
Yeah.
Like you can see the little check. Well, you can see that it's not checked. So I don't know. And then
Yeah.
I'll
But if they see you, they may see the message and not open it.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah, if they're avoiding you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that helps me is to give them a deadline. Say, hey, I have this group starting. The deadline to join is Wednesday, or whatever you want to say. You know, if you're interested, let me know right away, or put a number on it, like, oh, I only have 2 spots left. You know, that kind of helps push people too, especially if they're just like, a lot of times I know for me, like I'll be juggling things or babies or whatever, and I read it on my phone. I'm like, oh, I'll message them later, you know, with all the good intent. And I'm sure a lot of other moms are like that, and they just forget or don't get around to it or something. So yeah, benefit of the doubt, I think, for sure. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. So I really wanted to go over how to find new friends. So we're going to be doing this in our Emerald Dash this week in the training. So I wanted to kind of do this phone call first so I can show people how to find new friends on Facebook. So when I tell you guys in the training, go find 5 new friends, you know how to do it, right? So I wanted to see if a few of you guys could help me with this. I actually asked Pete to help us with how to find friends in Facebook groups, because he's actually really good at this and had really good success last week. He has a success story. So Pete, can you go first? Is that okay?
Sure, no problem.
Awesome.
I use Facebook groups quite a bit, and I probably belong to, I don't know, maybe 75 to 100 different types of Facebook groups, anything from sports groups that I belong to fitness, to weight loss, to health and fitness, to network marketing groups, business groups, advertising groups, and so forth. And I go into these groups, I advertise in those groups, meaning the posts that I put on my personal page or my fan page, I advertise those things into these groups, not obviously all of them. And if people like something, then I go in there, I'll send a friend request from them, or to them, and just see what happens from them. I'm also go into, if there's a group that's very active, I'll go in there, just like in any other circumstances, I'll go in there and just pick 5 or 6 people that interest me, and I'll send them a friend request, and I'll shoot them a message saying something along the lines like, hey, I see that we're in the same fitness group, blah 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 blah. What kind of work do you do? I'm a certified health and fitness coach. Hope you have a great day. Blah 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 blah. And so that's worked out very well for me. Last week I had a lady. I talked to her on Monday. We became friends. I asked her what kind of work she did, and she got back to me. She's like, I'm in internet marketing. I was like, oh, cool. I'm a health coach. And she's like, oh, do you have a website? And I sent her my website, and she purchased a challenge pack from me. And it happened like in a matter of 3 or 4 days. And so it's just a matter of getting yourself and Beachbody out there. And the more that you get yourself out there, I think the better your chances are. And it's, like I said, it's worked for me. I like using the groups, number one, from an advertising standpoint, as well as inviting new people into your community and your challenge groups. So.
Awesome. Thanks. And congratulations on finding someone that was ready. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anybody else use groups to make friends on Facebook?
No, but I have a question.
Okay. Go ahead, Rachel.
How do you keep track of so many groups? I feel like I would be way overwhelmed with that.
It depends on what like I said, I have it broken down into like my favorite groups, which are all my Beachbody groups that I'm involved in. And it just picking the ones that you're getting like when you post in there, are you getting people at least looking at it and seeing what you're posting in there? If you're getting, like, I'll post something in one group, and if I only get, like, let's say 100 responses, not 100 people viewing it, I'm like, okay, that's okay. But if I post something in a group that I'm getting 500 or 600 or 800 not responses, but views to it, then I'm sitting there going, okay, this is an active group. This is a group that I want to be more involved with, I guess. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Thanks. I hadn't thought about looking at the views. Did you
I'm on like this mom group, and people always post on there like, I'm trying to lose my baby weight, or I'm trying to find a way to work at home. So I always just like post on there and be like, message me if you have any more questions. And I've had a couple of people be like, yeah, I'm interested a little bit. So it hasn't gone anywhere yet, but I do have a girl that is interested. She said she has to get gallbladder surgery, but after that she was interested. So
You should message those people.
Right. Yeah.
I usually do.
Okay.
Because
Good.
like if they respond to like the comment, then I'm like, oh hey, then.
Oh, great.
So. But there's usually like 75 to 100 comments on there about people posting their business, and sometimes there's already like a Beachbody comment on there. So I don't know if I should like bombard them with like 12 different Beachbody people or just leave it alone.
Yeah. That's cool that you're using it, though. So Vanessa said, I think it's a great idea. I've used my group once. I think I need to do that more. So
I think the other thing is that, and I know that, and I can't remember, I believe it's in Shannon's, the Team Pure results in their files. But if you can also go into different pages. For example, like, let's say you like Nike, or you wear women's Nike clothing, or you like, let's say, Disneyland. You can go into those are pages, which pages and groups are a little bit different. But you can go into pages and so forth, and people will post on those pages and so forth, and you can like different things and do the exact same thing and send a friend request. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about going to Disneyland. Hey, what hotel in the resort's the best hotel to stay in, or something along those lines. And you can start up a conversation the exact same way, but do things that you get involved with, things that you like. Like, for example, I like the San Francisco Giants, so I'm going to go into a group or a page that has other people that like what I like. And, I like Disneyland. So I would go in there and, make a comment on something that somebody else has posted in there. And, once that goes back and forth, then I'll send them a friend request and say, hey, what's your thoughts on whatever they're going to do with the new Disneyland? What do you think of California Park, or whatever it may be? And I live in California, so it's just easier for me to connect with people like that. But I mean, you can pick anything that you're interested in and join that either page or group.
yeah, that's a great tip. I think that's true. You have to find something that you have in common with them. So awesome. Does anyone have any other questions or comments about groups? No? Okay. Does anyone use, oh, Vanessa does. Okay. What's your question, Vanessa? I think she's trying to type it. See if she'll pop up here. While she's typing that, I was just curious, does anyone use Facebook pages, like pages, to find new friends? Anyone have any success?
I do, actually. I went through, there's a way you can check to see who has liked your like page, and I went through and sent them friend requests. And you have to be careful because you can't send too many. And then if they don't respond after 2 or 3 days, then you just delete them, because then they're just not interested, or, they're not ready to connect that way. But I have actually connected with 2 people by doing that. One is in my free community, and one is actually in our biggest slim down contest. So it worked out really well for me doing that. I mean, it was only one person, but still one more person than I would have had. So now I just wait, and whoever likes them. And I also click on whoever comments or likes my posts, and I always click on their name to see if they're a mutual friend, because like I feel like 9 times out of 10 they're already Angie's friends. So then I won't do anything. But if I don't have any mutual friends with them, then I'll send them a friend request. Just gotta be careful there's not another coach that they're mutual friends with, because they're probably already either working with them or they're already on the other coach's radar. So I don't want to take them.
Yeah. Great. That's cool that you have someone in the contest from your page.
Yeah.
Cool. Congratulations. So yeah, so you can use Facebook pages as well. So that's a really good way. It does take a little while to grow a Facebook page, but once you get to a certain number of likes, then people see your stuff a lot more. So that's definitely a way to go.
How do you make Facebook pages?
There's a tutorial that we could send you on how to make one. I'd have to look it up because I haven't pulled it up for a while.
Okay.
But you just, it's actually pretty easy. You just go onto the side of Facebook and you can say create a page, and then you click what kind of page you want and put a banner and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we could go over that this week on our call if you want to, Stacy. So. Well,
I remember when I did that first Facebook ads training, that's what I went over, like step by step how to do that. So I can probably look that up in our files and send it to her. I'll do that, Stacey. I'll send it to you.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks. So yeah, so groups are one way, Facebook page is another way. Do you guys have any other ways? I've got a list here, but I don't want to tell you guys all the answers. Do you want to have any other ways to finding new friends on Facebook?
I have looked at friends of friends, so I will, like my husband, for example, I'll go through his friend list and see if there's any names that I recognize, and then I'll send them a friend request. And then also with if I connect with someone from high school or college or something, then I'll go through their friends and just see if I recognize anybody else's names and stuff like that, or if we have any mutual friends. And that has really worked well. If you have 20 mutual friends with somebody and you have no idea who they are, they will probably accept your friend request. So, and the worst they can do is just ignore you. So send it, check it every few days, and if it's still there, go ahead and delete the friend request. But that's another good way to do it.
I can't figure out how to check my pending requests so I don't end up in Facebook.
Oh, do you want me to show you really quick? I can show you.
Yeah.
That might be
I don't know if it's because I can't access it on my mobile device, or if I can go on the actual.
Yeah, you can't. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go here to your friend requests, the ones that people send you are up here, obviously. Go to see all. I think you have to do it on a computer. I've never figured out how to do it. This is actually where you go. So these are the ones that you may know. You can scroll through here. Here's the ones that people that it's requesting for me. So I always look and see, okay, if I have a couple mutual friends with somebody, I'll just go add friend. But the way you check is at the top here, view sent requests. And so I do this.
Okay.
Actually I try to do it on Mondays, so it's still standing. These are all my ones from last week. And then you can see more requests, but these are all the sent ones that haven't been accepted yet. So I'll go through once a week and just delete all of them. So, and it's kind of good to know which ones, because I wish it had it according to when you sent it, but it doesn't. I don't know how they organize it, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, I sent that one today, and it was at the bottom of the pile, and oh, I sent that one today, it's at the top. So I don't know how they organize it, but anyway, yeah, having a certain day, so you know that you didn't just set that one 2 hours ago and you're deleting it already. But so that's how you can tell. But yeah, it's good to go through and look and see who your mutual friends are. I do that a lot. Another thing I do, I wanted to show you guys while I'm sharing my screen. So this is the news feed. If you scroll through the news feed, you can go to somebody's conversations and just kind of hover over and see if you're their friend, and you can jump into their conversation. So they're talking about snowboarding here. I could reply to this person, tag them, and say, oh my gosh, I love snowboarding, or whatever you want to do. Just, you jump into the conversations with your friends who aren't friends with you yet. And then when you do that and you're commenting and tagging them, send them a friend request. And 9 times out of 10, I have people accept that because you're having a conversation with them. They're like, oh yeah, this is so-and-so's friend. And so that works really, really well, especially if it's something that you're interested in and you guys can keep the conversation going, like in private message, especially if it's something to do with like parenting or, something that people feel really strong about or need help with or something like that. That works really well. So I do that a lot. That's the way I get a lot of my mutual friends. And then I wanted to show you the Facebook page thing that she was talking about. So whoops, sorry guys, that message is popping up here. So where's my page? It got lost because I'm on live, right? Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's my page. If you go to, okay, so here's my posts for today. So let's just say this one didn't do very well, but you hover over, like if somebody likes or comments, and it's taking forever, but it'll show you if you're friends with that person. And if they're not, I'll send them a friend request, and then you can message them too, which is really cool. So let me see if I can find a comment here. So here, someone commented, and now on your Facebook page, it has an option to message them. So even if you're not their friend, you can send them a message right away, which is awesome because you didn't used to be able to do that. You had to be their friend to message them, or else it would end up in their others folder. So anyway, that's another way to send friend requests. Let me stop sharing my screen. Does anyone else have any other ways of finding new people on Facebook to be friends with?
You can do the search bar,
Mm-hmm.
the friends of, or friends. I'm drawing a blank now that I'm having to say this off the top of my head.
I should have shown you guys that too. So in the top, in the search bar on Facebook, you can put friends who like, and then what college you graduated from, or friends who like he was saying, a sports team, or friends who like Disney vacations, or
not even friends, like people who, because if you do friends
like, so obviously you want to find people who aren't friends. So
right.
that's a good way of doing it too. Cool. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was free challenges. It's a huge way of finding new friends on Facebook. Does anyone have any experience with that wants to chime in? How that works?
I do. I've done that a lot by boosting an ad or boosting a post from my like page. You can only boost posts from your like page. You can't boost it from your personal page. And what that means is you pay money for Facebook to send your posts to people who you are not friends with, and you can target the audience that you want to send it to so that you can attract people from a cold market. So it's not people that you already know. That's another way to get new people. When I was doing that, I usually would get one person from that set of boosted posts or whatever, who I would get like 30, 40 people into a free challenge. And then usually like one person from that would buy a challenge pack. So I never spent more than $40 on a boosted post because I would make it back by doing from the commission of a challenge pack. But I feel like now that I'm in the new Facebook ads, like I have to treat that differently. And it gets a little bit more complicated, but boosting is an option. And if you can do it with the correct audience setting, it would still work to get new people especially for free challenges. I wouldn't do it for paid challenges because people are more likely to join something for free without knowing the person rather than spending $140 or more when they don't even know you. So if you're doing a free challenge, I would just try it. I would try boosting it, and I can help you with it. Angie can help you with it. We're both, I don't know if Melitha's done it or not, but we're all pretty experienced with it, and we can help you do it.
There's some really good training videos on that. I'll have to look those back up. but it tells you how to do the settings. That's the biggest thing. You can't just go in and do general settings. You have to go in and set it up yourself.
Right. And you don't want to put like a whole bunch of interests either, because then you're like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks.
Right.
You know, so we can maybe.
One for specifics, like topic.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, so that's a good way. And then with free challenges too, you don't necessarily even have to spend money. Like you can just make a Facebook event, invite your friends, tell your friends to invite their friends. Make sure you make it public. Whenever I did a free challenge, I had a lot of friends invite other friends, especially if you give an incentive, you know, like give away something really cheap, and just say whoever invites the most people to join will win this thing or whatever, you know, like a $5 gift card to Subway or something like that, you know, just something little. But people get inspired to do things, you know, when you tell them to, and you're giving them an incentive to do it. That's a really good way, because in order to add them to your free challenge that you run in a Facebook group, you have to be their Facebook friend. So that's how you make new friends, is you say, I have to be a friend to add to the group. So that's how you kind of get them to do that. So that's another really good way of making friends on Facebook. So cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else to add, Rachel?
I do. I want to add to that what you were saying, because if you do that, you have to change your settings of your group so that only you can approve people to be added. Because one time I didn't do that, and I had all these extra people in my group that I wasn't friends with. And then I felt bad, like I had to go back and be like, hey, so-and-so added you to the group. I just want to make sure you're okay with it, because I know I don't like to be added to a group without knowing. Like people just add people instead of asking them if they want to join, and then they just get annoyed with you, and we don't want to do that. So make sure you change that setting. But also, if you require them, or not require, but highly suggest them to find 3 to 5 people to do it with them, and talk it up like, oh, it's so much more fun when you have your own friends doing it with you. Can you find 3 to 5 people to invite with you? And then that usually works well. And then you can also, as far as the price goes, if you have Amazon Prime, like a real cheap water bottle, people love water bottles, so that usually helps. And then also, if you have an extra, you know, like when you buy a challenge pack or a workout, especially for us coaches who have like a ton of the workouts already, it comes with the extra bonus workout. If you haven't opened it already, you could use that as your free gift. It's usually like a 30-minute exercise or something. And it's a full workout that you can offer for free that you don't really have to pay any extra other than shipping. So that's another idea.
Oh, thanks. Does anyone have anything else to add, or questions or anything? Melissa says, I give Shakeology cups. They're 10 for $6. So yeah, that's true. You can get one of those bundles, or $10 for 6. Sorry.
I was like, wow, those are cheap.
Yeah, I read that wrong. Sorry, I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. You know,
And if you
get 6.
if you save your Shakeology box every month, then you can ship the Shakeology cup and a sample or whatever you want to do in those boxes, so you don't have to look for new boxes.
Oh, that's cool. And it says Shakeology on it. I hadn't thought
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Oh, good
Somebody
idea.
posted that in our.
I usually let them pick their sample of Shakeology in a shaker cup, and be like, especially for the free challenges, because then you're giving them a prize, but then you're also sending them a sample too.
Cool.
So, and they actually get excited to try it because it was a prize. If you just give somebody a sample, they half the time won't use it.
Yeah.
But since it's their prize, they feel like it's special.
Good point. Thanks. I like that. Anyone have anything else to add? Questions? Comments? All right. So when I give you the assignment tomorrow to go find 5 new friends, you guys will know how to do it, right? So awesome. Well, thanks everybody for coming to our call. We appreciate it. And if anybody watching the recording has any questions or anything to add, make sure you guys add it to the link in our Team Aspire group. So thanks everyone. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for coming on a holiday. Bye.
Bye.